stop amending constitutions when we don't even know the meaning of the constitutions. Our lawyers should honestly help us. They should not take advantage of the situation. They should help us interpret the laws. And then the law enforcement should do the best they can to make sure that things are done properly, creditably, and effectively.
But you know, this thing you're saying, it sounds so utopian.
Well,
Why am I saying so? Sometimes in traffic, you find vehicles driving against traffic and they're blaring sirens and they're not ambulances or fire brigade vehicles.
do we respect ambulances?
Well, some of us
Have you ever seen an ambulance being respected on your highway, Lagos Highway?
I think it's beginning to pick up. I've seen
Okay,
that. I've seen
beginning
that.
to. You are a retiree now, you know.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Beginning to pick
It's
up.
beginning to pick up.
When did it start?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Right? And then there's a fresh breath of air. You see an RRS vehicle filled with policemen stop for the traffic light.
Then that's leadership
I saw
by
that.
example.
I was happy.
That's good.
I chased them. I said, thank you for stopping for the traffic light.
Because when they stopped, everybody stopped.
everybody stopped.
That's the point I'm making. Respect the rule of law,
Yeah.
you know?
You see, we will take a break now. We'll take a break now. We'll come back soon. Thank you. Welcome back to our talk with Sonny Rabo. Now, you have had the unique opportunity of being a public and private sector broadcaster. What's that experience? Can you compare both?
Well, it's interesting to talk about. It's rather intriguing because for the public, which is the government-owned,
Yes.
they see us as civil servants, but we see ourselves as private servants or private sector people, you know. And the reason for that is because we still try to maintain some form of professionalism, which is required. So I entered broadcasting at a time when the competition was not that strong. But in 1992, which was halfway through,
Yes.
Babangida opened up the floodgates.
Yeah.
So private radio stations, private TV stations, they all came up.
Yeah.
But don't forget, there was always private print.
Yes. That's always been there.
Yes. In fact, that's why they've been seen as bolder than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at it from that point of view, you also see that the private sector radio, which I really got fully involved in with the advent of the establishment of Inspiration
FM, yes.
you know. And of course, there was Sonny Rabo Live with AIT.
Yes.
I saw myself listening to both sides of the coin. I saw a bit of public service, and I saw a lot of private sector service, if there's any phrase like that. But what happened was that, hey, private sector, sometimes the private sector, they will do their best to make sure that salaries are paid as and when due. That was, with Inspiration, that has always been the case. And I enjoyed that. I think AIT, I wasn't part of it. I was just an artist that took Sonny Rabo Live there. So my program earned its money.
Yes.
You know, it was sponsored by others, and then I paid my dues, and so that partnership was there. But I think the best option would be to look at it from the Inspiration point of view, where I'm still serving on the board.
On the board, yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of challenge, but met with reality, met with meeting the expectations as required.
Okay.
But not without sweat.
Yes.
Not without sweat at all.
Okay.
The public sector, however, is you're waiting for government to do everything for you. That's not very helpful.
Okay.
You know. So it compromised quality, professionalism.
Yeah.
But at a stage, it's also started trying some people.
To pick up.
Yes.
No, but yeah, let me take you back. Was this Sonny Rabo Live that made you leave Radio Nigeria?
It wasn't. I just saw my hands getting fuller and fuller and fuller. At Radio Nigeria, I was already dabbling in too many things. I mean, I was an actor, second chance.
Yes.
You know, and then I've been training. Training was part of public service for me, and I was reading news. I was doing so many things side by side.
Yeah.
Everything was just moving so fast, and I said, oh boy, Sonny, slow down. Do things your way so you can still maximize certain qualities and profits. It was tough.
And then you had to leave.
I just told my DG then that I needed to leave. I gave 6 months notice, and he gave me 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I said, bros, thank you, sir. And I left. So I moved from public service to private sector because I already had Rui Communications Limited.
Oh, okay, and then that was already running.
Yes.
That was being run by your wife.
By my wife.
Okay.
And of course, thank God, because when she now woke up, the magazine came to birth, you know.
No, now, talking about waking up, you turned 70 recently. And that was in March.
Yes, March 23.
March 23, you turned 70. First, you don't look 70.
Thank you.
Second, you've never looked your age. No, you have never looked your age.
Okay.
At least I've known you for not less than 40 years.
Thank you.
I feel talk.
Okay.
So, what's been the secret?
Be a happy person. There are moments where you cannot afford to be not happy.
Yeah.
But just try your best. Everybody said I was a happy-go-lucky person, and but I think I worried less. There's a friend of mine, a very rich man, but he didn't go to the kind of school we all went to, and not many of us went to school anyway. But there was something he always said, and that made me never forget him. If you worry, you die. You don't worry, you die. So why worry?
Exactly.
So I kept that mantra with me, and I did my best not to worry. But there were moments of worry, and there was nothing you could do. You just had to worry. But let go. Let God.
Yes. On the occasion of your 70th birthday, our dear colleague and friend of yours, a junior of yours in school, Ogie Eboigbe, yeah, he wrote something about you. That the first day he met you, that you were playing table tennis at the college, and he had just been admitted, and he was looking, he said, okay, you stand behind me and be picking the balls.
Oh God, that's unfair. Okay. When I see him, I will.
Yeah, but he didn't lie now. He was describing his experience.
I remember the experience.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they don't do that in school these days. Or they will call it bullying.
Oh, boy.
But they still bully, though.
Oh, wait, I didn't bully. But people bullied me now. Yeah, well, that was an experience because, again, there was also a hierarchy of experience. Nami first reached you.
Yes.
Nami first reached school before you.
Before, yes.
And go behind me, pick the ball.
Pick the ball. You were even in Form 3. He was just in Form 1. So he had 3 years experience already. He was about to start. That's what he wrote.
Yeah.
And it was a very beautiful thing. He happened to even end up being your best man when you were getting married. Yes.
See how the world goes wrong.
Yes.
Because Ogie is very principled.
Yeah, he is.
He's, I say, and he's very spiritual.
Yes.
So he's that kind of person. Look, you won't believe what Ogie has done. Ogie was State House correspondent.
Yes.
Then he finished and went to work for Canadian Embassy. He was their PR officer. Then he went to work for UBA as PR officer. Now, if you look at his
trajectory,
you say to yourself, "Why be Ogie be this?" But he maintained a cool mien about it.
Yes.
If you worry,
you die.
You don't worry,
you die.
So
why worry? Yeah, we won't worry, but we'll talk about something.
Yeah.
A few years ago, about 2 years ago, you had a fall.
Yeah. 2020. Oh my God, blues. That year. pandemic year.
Yes.
I think the world stood still. In my case, my world almost stood still. On August 25, 26, maybe, I'm not so sure. I ran through the kitchen, which was being cleaned up, washed, they mop it.
Yeah.
So it was wet. Just to give the driver the car key. I was feeling spiteful. I just, I slipped. And then I started doing Tom and Jerry, just trying not to fall.
Oh, no.
I navigated my way through the back door. I zoom. I hit the sharp edge of the steps.
Oh.
My chest at the back. And it was bang. I saw, well, I don't know if you can look at elephants as stars. That's what I must have seen.
Wow.
So I recovered and just got up and sat there. Poor drivers, they were just looking at, sorry, sir, sorry, sir. They made poor girl almost crying because she felt she caused it. And I got up and I just went back in as if nothing happened. A few days later, I was not feeling my best. And Betty, my wife, said, why is your shoulder slumped? It's like your one side was, And I said, I don't feel it, but somehow I just feel one kind. I said, I know, call the doctor, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I felt good. I thought I felt good. Then I said, I'll call the doctor later. And I didn't. Anyway, what then happened was that all of a sudden, I started feeling uneasiness and kind of heat wave around my system.
Wow.
So I now called the doctor. The doctor said, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know how I'm feeling. But I had a fall. And when? I said, some days ago. Did you hit your head? I said, well, no, I didn't. Are you sure? I said, no, I didn't. Okay, come to my house. So we drove to his house. My son drove. My daughter I was at the back. No, I was in front. The two women were at the back, my wife and my daughter. So we got there. And his wife was having, this Dr. Sheyi Roberts.
Okay.
His wife was having her 60th birthday.
Yeah.
And so they didn't have any major, because pandemic, there was really no noise making of any kind. Anyway, so they came out and looked at me, examined me and said, if you feel like this by morning, go and go and do MRI. But he shook my hands, and I shook his hands with this hand. He said, grip me, and I gripped him.
That's
he
your
pulled
right
me.
side.
Yes. He pulled me, and I pulled him back. Oh, you're okay, you're okay. So far, so good. But please, if you feel any discomfort or any change, call me and make sure. But in the morning, go and see go to Mikio and do your MRI. So everything seemed okay. I slept well. I went to do the MRI in the morning. By then, I was beginning to limp, and Betty said, take me. Because Betty, who had done surgery some years back, her clutches that she used. So yeah, take. So I started using that, and then got to do the MRI. Sitting down waiting for the MRI must have taken about 5 hours. And my system was degenerating.
Oh no.
So I felt something was really not the best for me. I said, no, it must be that fall, it must be that fall, it must be that fall. Anyway, I finally went into the MRI. One noisy machine like this, oh God. And 20 minutes later, I came out. He said they would send the results to the doctor. But by the time I came out, this hand
had gone limp.
And, oh, wow. Betty was upset. My children were very upset. They didn't know what was happening. Because everybody sees me as like I've never ever been admitted in any
hospital. Wow.
So by the time she saw the MRI results, quick, said, Nicholas, I should go to the. So I spent 9 days there. And I already had what you might call it, almost a full-blown stroke.
Wow.
On this hand. But luckily, that was the only thing that showed there was any stroke. But, you know, she had called it evolving stroke. That discouraged me and said, no, don't worry. Make sure you drink a lot of water. Make sure you do this, you do that. You know. And then it put me on medication. And so the hand started coming back to life.
Okay.
Now it's 2 years. It will be 2 years.
It will be 2 years in August.
Well, August the 4th.
Okay, but the
stroke
was
2nd September.
Wow.
You know. So that was it.
What has it been like for you? You're somebody who is on the go.
Hey.
On the move.
It was. It's been tough because even my family, they don't want me to do anything
at all.
They don't. But then when I insist, they say, no, it's okay, but you have to obey the doctor's orders. I say, you're right, it's true. So we've done a lot of physiotherapy. The hand is a lot better now. I can now
lift up a little bit.
You know?
Yeah.
But sometimes if I keep it for too long, I just start feeling.
So you just have to keep it mobile. You need to keep moving it.
Yes, that kind of thing. So, well, here I am. Getting back to track, back on track, as they say.
Well, you know, like we joked the other day that old age is catching up with you. So it sent you a message through that phone.
Oh boy, the guy needed choco because I never would. I'm just 70, going on 70.
You're a septuagenarian.
Okay, sir.
Septuagenarian. Septuagenarian. Yes.
No, don't be conscious now.
I'm conscious.
I'm not teaching you.
You taught me before now. I have to be conscious.
I wanted to learn from you.
You're a septuagenarian now, so whatever you say.
You are saying I'm 70.
I know, I'm reminding you that you're 70.
No, but I think it was, somebody said the other day that was
March
17.
23rd that you turned 70.
That I thought 17.
70.
Pronunciation.
No, not 17. 17. T-E. No, but you look good for 70.
Thank you.
You look very, very good for 70.
But body not feel good.
Body never feel good yet. It will soon return to normal.
Yeah.
Now, as someone who is 70 now, and you have worked for about 53 years, that's it.
Yeah.
When are you going to retire fully?
Is there any retirement?
That's the question I asked you.
Because really, even when I was ill and I didn't feel like doing anything, believe it or not, there was a kind of degenerating or feeling that I thought I had.
Of just being immobile?
Yes.
Of not doing anything?
I didn't like that.
That's what scares most people.
But I didn't like it.
About retirement.
Well, why is there the word retirement?
Maybe because you need to slow down as you get older.
Yes, slow down. But just say slow down.
Yeah, well, slow down.
Don't say retire.
Slow down. Those are two words. Retirement is one word.
Well, what do we say? Go slow when we are
If we say that in Nigeria, go slow.
Look, my father, and in 1973, my father retired.
Yes.
And we said, Dad, don't go anywhere. Just, you know what he did? He escaped.
Ooh.
We thought he was missing. For 3 months, we were looking for this man.
Wow.
He went to a place called Eho on the way to Auchi in Edo State.
Yes.
He was Midwest there.
Yeah.
And the guy created a farm, a 5-hectare or acre land.
Yes.
Farmland. Got 8 able-bodied boys, 8 of them.
Yeah.
My father looked so fresh. We only saw him 3 months after we declared him missing.
Yes.
But one thing he did that got us a bit comfortable was that he said, don't worry, I'm okay. Nothing wrong with me. But if you want to know where I am, don't bother. Because he said we were hounding him to stop.
To just stop working.
He said, no.
So we're not going to hound you, so you won't escape.
Don't hound me.
So you won't escape.
Yes.
But one thing we're going to say is that don't be in a hurry.
No, to
get many things done.
Okay. Right, that's the point.
Yes, don't be in a hurry.
But body is slowing me down, so I can't even hurry anymore.
But at least take it easy. Yeah. Now, taking it easy will make me ask you the question, what's your favorite meal?
Oh, they stopped me on that a long time ago. It was sushi and banga soup. They don't stop. So
Osi, what's Osi?
sushi is that starch that they do in Uroboland.
Okay.
That is very yellowish
Very
because of the
yellowish.
palm oil.
Yes.
Yeah, by the time you don't beat and well.
Okay.
Then you don't do banga soup with fish.
Yes.
Yeah? Not frozen fish, oh.
Fresh fish now.
Fresh fish.
Fresh fish, yes.
Not fried.
Not fried,
But
just
the one that they dry
broiled.
up, you know.
Oh, did you dry it up?
Yes, and then they cook it. And the one that they turn together is a roundish fish. Like tilapia is the best too, but these days now only this thing they see.
Catfish.
Catfish. So anyway, I left that and now I take.
So you found a new love.
Plantain mash with black soup.
I was going to ask you about black soup. You know, I have a lot of friends who are Edo and all that.
Bitter leaf soup.
I love
black
soup.
Give me knuckles.
Yes, you know that black soup.
Yes,
when you take it,
it keeps my body together.
I love the what's that leaf now? No, I don't take pounded yam.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I still at it a little bit because
no.
The mixture is good.
Yeah, I love the efirin, ewuro, the ewuro bean. You know, when you mix it together and it's a beautiful.
But there was one I took in Ibadan, Begiri soup.
Begiri is out there. Begiri
and Lafu and all that.
Begiri and Amala. You understand me? And then when they add Begiri to the Amala and then with the soup, the other soup, that's Ogufe soup. Ewedu. So that's why they call it
Nigeria
Abula.
is so rich.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But if you talk about Nigeria, 2023 is around the corner. What's going on? How do you feel? You're an old man now. You're an elder citizen now.
Well, of the above. I'm seeing untruth. I'm seeing falsehood. I'm seeing a desire not to allow the young ones play their roles. People who should not run, there's no need for them to run. Come on, they've had the best of times. They should slow down and give others a chance to roll. Honestly, I think what we are doing right now is like Shakespeare's Comedy of Errors. It should not be so.
Some people said that Nigeria is at a precipice right now.
We've been there too many times, and I hope this time we'll be able to get away from it.
We were in 1993.
Yeah, we were in 1993.
And that was very
scary.
We
were in 1979.
Yes.
See?
And
we were in the 1964 wet year.
The truth is, 64, I wouldn't have been aware. I was just 2 years old then. Right. So I was one of those they were carrying around. Not so for anything not to happen. Don't crawl out there. No, but seriously, why is it that every election year we heat up the politics so much?
Some people enjoy that. They want the world to see. You see that fear-mongering?
Yeah.
Fear factor.
Yeah.
It doesn't help anybody. It takes us back, actually. So if we can tell the truth to ourselves and respect the rule of law, I keep saying that.
Yeah, but you keep saying rule of law.
Yeah. What is the rule of law?
Who is going to lead in the respect of rule of law? There is something missing in the Nigerian political space. It's leadership, good quality leadership.
Because the right people have not been given a chance, to rule or lead by example. And so somebody makes a mistake, he's at fault, he's taken to court, he's guilty. Let the judiciary handle their case themselves.
Yeah, but talking about going to court, people don't get punished. People steal money, huge sums of money, and then they do a plea bargain, slap them on the wrist 6 months.
And then, why is the money so available? Shouldn't the money be in the banks?
Yeah.
Should it be in houses or bullion vans?
The truth.
Should any individual own bullion vans? Should anybody even say why? Look, I don't see why our money should be doled out the way it is being doled out.
But the point is that there is a law, there is the EFCC Act that says you cannot withdraw more than so much in
Nobody's
cash.
obeying it. Why?
No, nobody is enforcing it. The banks, the enforcement should start from the banks.
The banks,
really.
that's right. Yes.
The moment you are withdrawing more than so much in cash, it should be reported.
Absolutely.
You can't do it in other countries now.
And if it's reported, who should follow it up?
Yeah, but they should do the reporting first.
True. Absolutely.
They should do it up to today. In fact, many arms of government, local, state, and even federal, they withdraw huge sums of money in cash.
And that should
to do what? That shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be at all. And there's no reason why anybody should bring us so low.
Yes.
Because I think it's because of that attitude of, I can get away with it. That's why all these things are.
There's even more than I can get away. We are getting away with it. That's it. Nobody is being punished. So there is a dearth of leadership.
And then we have leaders.
Supposedly.
They call themselves leaders.
Supposedly. But you see, it transcends those in public life. Even in private lives.
Who put the people there? It's not us.
Yeah, we do.
So,
but how many good people are coming out? You have never come out to run for election.
Was I given a chance?
No, did you try?
I tried and ran.
So then you didn't try?
I tried and ran away.
No, you didn't try.
Okay.
You didn't stay. You have to have a fighting spirit.
No, but I was appointed. I wasn't elected.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So it's not really a case of live and let live.
Yes.
It looks like it's a case of live and let die.
Oh, not die.
That's what's happening.
No, it's a case of standing by what you believe in.
For us, yes.
Yes.
But for those who are there now, who don't want to give anybody a chance, what are they doing? They're living to let die.
Yeah, but then...
Me, myself first.
But the whole thing will crumble. That's where we're at the precipice. That's what led us to this.
It's scary.
Yes.
Because from what we've discussed so far, I'm almost giving up saying, no matter what has been said, there's nothing I can hold on to as being the solution to the problem. I've heard Peter Obi give such a beautiful analysis of our economy. I listened to Soludo at the platform.
Yes.
You know? But I was asking myself, on the Rewani, Bismarck, who is listening to these guys?
Yeah.
Who is willing to take the advice they have given?
Yeah.
So everything's adding up.
Yeah.
And it's coming to the fact that me, supposing I try, who would join me? I think that's the fear.
Hey, well, see,
should it be so?
This is what it should be. Me, I would try.
Okay.
I will be known for trying.
Okay.
And we've had examples in the past. Okay. We had Aminu Kano. We had Tai Sholari.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
We had other people, and I'm not mentioning the big names. I'm mentioning the moderately respected names. Who stood for what they believed in.
Principles.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
what we're missing.
That is seriously missing.
Yes.
And I don't see any, no light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, if we say there's no light at the end of the tunnel, then what are we handing over to the younger generation?
That question you've asked so many times.
Yes.
And honestly, I can only tell the world, give the youth a chance. That's all I can say.
And on that note, I'd like to thank this is how he calls me, my brother, my colleague, and then I add my Egmo and my trainer. This is the first time on the air I will say Mr. Sonny Irabo. Usually we'll just say Sonny Irabo. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for sharing your passion with us. And thank you for still training people.
Thank you.
Thank you. You don't old though.
If you worry, you die.
Yes.
You don't worry, you die. So why?
Why worry?
Okay.
On that note, we want to thank you so much for being with us on Timeless Conversations for this episode. We look forward to joining you soon. Thank you.
Reading is an essential habit and a culture that must be developed. Nigerians are generally believed to have a poor reading culture. The role of government in promoting reading and equipping reading spaces and libraries in Nigeria cannot be underestimated. But first, we must look at the development of reading habits from the home and the role parents play in encouraging their children.
My parents, my mom used to be a teacher, so reading was obviously part of a curriculum. And then my father used to be a professor and is an author. So I started reading very, very early, and I started reading books that were higher than my age grade. I was reading African writer series from age 7, age 8, and reading encyclopedias by that time. So obviously my parents had a huge part and encouraged that in me.
In the Nigerian book market, there's a high influx of foreign authors writing for children, but very few Nigerian authors telling relatable, homegrown Nigerian stories.
If you start out reading stories even to your baby, even before they're 1, and then as they get older, buy appropriate materials that are colorful, with easy to read words, and read with them. I think that helps.
Adedotun Enyade, a co-founder of Robin Heights, a leading bookstore in Nigeria, has tips for Nigerian authors and how they can improve on their work and get into the hearts of readers.
The story has to be good, right? If you're writing, whatever you're writing, if you're writing fiction, if you're writing non-fiction, it has to be like, really, really compelling, one. Next thing would be like in terms of like the packaging, right? People have gone past the era where you just take your books to just about any printer to print for you. I think, publishers, self-published authors as well, they need to invest in ensuring that the quality of the book, the final output is one that would, stack up with any book, published, elsewhere in the world. So that's really important. Then I think, what would be like the most important tip for me to them would be just, they need to invest in marketing.
The book business, like any other
This is it for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Booking November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on PlusTvAfrica.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants.
Good afternoon. I am Shade Uwe. This is News Brief. Justice Amza Mwazu of the Federal Capital Territory High Court, Abuja, has granted the immediate past governor of the central bank, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, bail in the sum of 300 million naira and 2 shorties in like sum. The shorties must have certificates of occupancy and titles of properties within the Maitama district. Emefiele is also mandated to deposit all his travel documents with the registrar of the court and must remain within the Abuja Municipal Council. He is now expected to remain in Kuje Correctional Center pending when he meets the bail conditions. Barely 40 days to the end of the year, the federal government has urged the Supreme Court to grant an extension of time for old Naira notes to remain in circulation. The government wants the Apex Court to lift its March 3rd order that old Naira notes should remain legal tender along with new notes till December 31st. It added that an extension of time is necessary because due to the economic crisis, it has not been able to print the volumes of new notes that would enable it to phase out old currency before December 31st. The federal government further explained that should the Supreme Court decline its request to extend the period of circulation of old notes, the country stands the risk of descending into another national economic and financial crisis as witnessed in the first quarter of the year when the Naira redesign policy was being implemented under former Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele. The Commissioner of Police in Adamawa State, CP Afolabi Babatola, has condemned the recent clash between police and military officers in Yola, the state capital. The clash, which occurred on Tuesday night, resulted in the death of one police officer, Inspector Jacob Daniel. In a statement, CP Babatola described the incident as unfortunate and regrettable, as he ordered an immediate investigation into the matter to ensure peace and justice. The CP warned that attacks on all security officers in the line of duty would no longer be tolerated. He stressed that the police hold the lives of all security personnel sacrosanct and that such unwarranted conflict would be strictly treated in accordance with extant laws. A week after failing to appear before the House of Representatives, service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police finally appear to discuss security issues with members. This formally kickstarts the scheduled sectoral debate organized by the 10th Legislative House on ways to address salient issues that will address the many socio-economic, political, and security issues that have stunted the growth and development of the country. Plus TV Emmanuel Eyijene completes the report.
Insecurity has been a major cause of concern for Nigeria, from insecurity in the northeast to banditry in the northwest. The southeast of the country is not also spared with reports of kidnapping and killings reported daily. All these have affected the socio-economic and political life of the country, with Nigeria described as one of the unsafe countries to live in or do business. It is to this effect that the House began a sectorial debate beginning with the country's security today at the Chamber of the House of Representatives. The service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police took turns to explain their stewardship and challenges faced so far since assumption of office before members. The Inspector General of Police identified paucity of fund, poor manpower, logistics, training of personnel, and poor welfare for personnel.
We are committed to a police force that will respond adequately and appropriately to the dynamics of crimes and criminalities in our communities. Provision of logistics is very poor in the police. We have 1,537 police divisional headquarters across 774 local governments in Nigeria. But getting vehicles, operational vehicles, for the division is difficult. Each of these divisions requires at least 4 functional patrol vehicles. But we have divisions who don't have any functional patrol vehicle as of today.
Speaking on behalf of the military, the Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Christopher Musa, says the military has made a lot of gain in its fight against insurgency and banditry, stating that as a result, the military has captured grounds previously held by terrorist group. He, however, expressed worry over the activities of Simon Ekpa, an IPOP leader currently living in Finland, which he says is causing harm to the efforts of the military.
Sadly, there is no corresponding increase in accommodation facility to cater for the basic human need for the personnel of our towns of shelter. Why is most of the troops are deployed out? By the time we start reducing the strength on ground, going back to the barracks becomes a problem because there won't be enough accommodation. This development therefore poses some negative effects on the morale and fighting efficiency of the troops. This situation will also require your intervention so as to ameliorate the challenges. Issue of funding for the operational purposes. The need for adequate funding of the armed forces to overcome the issues of combat supply, such as ration for the troops, petroleum, oil and lubricant, equipment and maintenance through the procurement of spare parts and similar others in this category are necessary. To this end, there is the need for National Assembly to facilitate the continuous release of funds for the armed forces and the police for the purpose of overcoming the issues of combat enablers and combat suppliers, which are recurrent in nature but very necessary for sustenance of the troops.
The grilling later climaxed into an executive session for further discussion.
Nigerian service chiefs, security agencies have been charged to intensify synergy to address the lingering security challenges confronting northern region and the nation territory that has tripled negative impact on Nigerian masters. The Director General of APC support groups, Engineer Mohammed Kailani, made the appeal in Kaduna and said bandits have imposed heavy levy on residents and farmers in the over 20 communities, leading to food insecurity in the nation. He stressed that collaborative intelligence information gathering among security agencies are ways to win war against insurgency.
The Nembe grade, Nigeria's crude oil grade, is on its way to becoming a steady preference for many European refiners. From all indications, the move by the NNPC is a significant development for Nigeria, as it will help to diversify the country's crude oil exports and reduce its reliance on a few key grades. Nigeria's crude oil grades include Brass River and Escravos, which have higher sulfur content than the other Nigerian grades and are also more viscous. But the unique selling point of the Nembe crude oil grade with an API gravity is that it has a low sulfur content and low carbon footprint due to flare gas elimination, fitting perfectly into the required spec of major buyers.
Kailani commended the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited for diversifying economy through establishment of Nembe crude oil grade into the international crude oil market. He added that the lingering conflict between Russia and Ukraine has made many European countries to seek for crude oil products that aligns with their market preference, noting that Nembe crude oil is rich with low sulfur to meet international standards.
Calling on the Chief of Army Staff and the Chief of Defense Staff and all other security agencies, they must share intelligence. The issue of Shiroro and those areas that we have a major state is having nightmare, that terrorists have taken over 20 communities, paying taxes. It's not good for our country at all, and they're still on ground. If you go to Zamfara, it's terrible. It's very, very terrible. If you go to Sokoto, it's something. So Northwest is total insecurity. We are just happy that the Kaduna State, when it started, we came together on the first civilian JTF. We've been working in collaboration with the security agencies. Today, I think the insecurity has been reduced. You know, they are doing their best. But their best is not enough. We want them to do more so that we'll have peace in this country.
The new Nigeria People's Party has described as a welcome development a proposal made by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar that opposition parties merge to defeat the ruling All Progressives Congress APC in the 2027 presidential election. At a press conference in Abuja, the acting national chairman of the party, Abba Ali, said the merger of opposition parties before the 2015 elections led to the defeat of the then ruling People's Democratic Party, PDP, by the APC.
Just recently, the former Vice President of the Federal Republic, Atiku Abubakar, was reported to have called for a merger of opposition parties as a way of checkmating the inordinate drive of the ruling APC towards one-party state and protecting our hard-earned democracy. The NNPC sees this call from Atiku Abubakar as patriotic and a welcome development for which we unreservedly commend him. Our party notes that this was the same bold initiative which the opposition parties signed off in 2015.
President Bola Tinubu, on the sidelines of the G20 Compact with Africa Economic Conference on Monday, met with German Federal Chancellor Olaf Scholz, where he noted that Nigeria is determined to pursue German investment in targeted sectors of the Nigerian economy. The president expressed his keen interest in the role Siemens can play in modernizing and expanding Nigeria's rail network with the provision of ultra-modern trains and railways presently operating in Nigeria.
Whatever is the reason for promises of the past not being fulfilled, let's regard that as a nightmare. We will fulfill our promises, all obligations. All I'm here to thank the Chancellor for his visit and putting together a compact with Africa that gave us the opportunity of today. I'm looking forward to having you in Nigeria, investing more and getting the highest return on your investments. I assure you, you will do. Economic matter is a challenge. The risk factor in investment is always going to be that. Who could have expected what is happening in Ukraine? Fast investment opportunity. You have the alternative.
He assured potential investors that Nigeria had moved beyond restrictive policies and today capital could be moved in and out of the country freely, providing flexibility for investors.
There are other reforms. The arbitrage reading exchange rate is gone forever. Now you can bring your money in and out as you wish. Easy in, easy out. But I want to appeal to you. Forget the past. My friend here said, no money, no hallelujah. No investment, no development, no hallelujah. The relationship that we seek is for all to remove all hurdles to progress, to put Nigerian-German relationship on the first-class seat of development and prosperity.
Stakeholders in Ekiti State have called for transparency and accountability on issues of public procurement in the state. The two-day workshop, which was organized by the Public-Private Center, focuses on ways to improve transparency, accountability, and to ensure that the interest of the masses is protected. Speaking with newsmen, the Senior Communications Officer, Nena Eze, and other stakeholders said the program is to ensure sensitization of citizens to their rights and encourage them to ask the right questions.
First is empowering citizens and ensuring that, citizens get value for money, they get better service delivery. Because at the end of the day, it's when citizens know how to actively and effectively hold government accountable, then they can speak out, then they can demand that this school in my community it's not working. The toilets are not good, the fences are not good, the structures, there are no tables and desks. That's how we are able to, use our platform to empower citizens to actually hold government accountable.
So we are implementing this program in Ekiti State, in Adamawa State, and in Kaduna State. Just basically bringing together stakeholders, all the relevant stakeholders, so governments, CSOs, individuals, people with disabilities, to ensure transparency, accountability, and inclusion in public procurement processes in Ekiti State.
Inter-school debates among secondary school students in Offa, Kwara State have been identified as an effective tool to boost confidence and prepare them for life challenges. The first inter-school debate program organized by a non-profit organization aimed to increase learning and boost students' confidence levels.
We tend to catch them young and grow them, that they will be able to become matured citizens when they leave school, and to be able to stand on their own and meet challenges of events and able to build them up.
As an expert in English language, I discovered that the debate was well organized, the topics were well selected. There is hardly any side that will not have something to say to support its side. So I honestly believe that if such a debate program can be organized almost every year, our students will benefit a lot. Now, it sharpens their minds. It brings out a lot of their intelligence. They are able to exercise their capability and capacity in order to avoid any adversity in education.
The whole idea is for them to get to know one another, for them to be exposed, to get to learn about other people's viewpoints, and they really made us very proud the way they articulated their various positions.
Hamdalat International School Offer emerged as the winner of a challenging debate among 8 schools, earning second place.
Existed. This program exposed me to it. It's exposing students, educating us on matters in the society. Now, if I hear anywhere they're talking about history, I can talk about it and engage successfully in the conversation. Thanks to the organizers.
The first time I was told that I would be coming for a debate, I was scared because it's been long I've gone for a debate before. And then when I came here, I was feeling shy because when I saw the multitude, I was like, how will I do this thing? But with the help of God, God helped me. And then I thank PRC, although this is my first time of coming here. And this debate has already enlightened us because it's very educative and it's a very successful program because at least we did 3 topics. And out of 3 topics, at least I can say some points, the point that I can never forget. So I say PRC will continue to go higher.
Prince Yunus Abioye Oyeleke, the first chartered accountant in northern Nigeria, proposed the foundation to broaden knowledge in education, agriculture, health, and engineering. Moving on to other parts of Africa, at least 31 people were killed and 147 others injured at a stadium in Republic of Congo's capital, Brazzaville, in a reported stampede during an army recruitment drive. Reports say that the tragedy was caused by a stampede during army recruitment. The government decided to declare national mourning on Wednesday and to suspend recruitment for the armed forces in Brazzaville only, while it will continue in the rest of the country. An investigation has also been launched into the incident. And outside Africa, Israel's government and Hamas have agreed to a 4-day pause in fighting to allow the release of 50 hostages held in Gaza in exchange for 150 Palestinians imprisoned in Israel and the entry of humanitarian aid into the besieged enclave. Officials from Qatar, which have been mediating secret negotiations, as well as the U.S., Israel, and Hamas, have for days been saying a deal was imminent. A statement by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said 50 women and children will be released over 4 days, during which there will be a pause in fighting. Hamas said the 50 hostages would be released in exchange for 150 Palestinian women and children who are held in Israeli jails. In business, the National Bureau of Statistics says the average retail price of a liter of petrol increased from 195.29 naira in October 2022 to 630.60 naira in October 2023. It made the declaration in its Petrol Price Watch for October 2023 released in Abuja on Wednesday. It stated that the October 2023 price of 630.63 naira represented a 222.92% increase over the price of 195.29 naira recorded in October 2022. Comparing the average price value with the previous month of September 2023, The average retail price increased by 0.71% from 626.21 naira. On state profiles analysis, Zamfara paid the highest average retail price of 659.38 naira per litre, followed by Gombe and Borno at 658 naira 33 and 657 naira respectively. Conversely, Lagos, Oyo, and Delta State paid the lowest average retail price at 590 naira, 592 naira, and 599 naira respectively. In entertainment, Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi has extended warm birthday wishes to the acclaimed singer David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, on his 31st birthday. In an official statement, Obi commended the OBO crooner for his diligent efforts and philanthropic endeavors in nurturing musical talents and fostering the growth of young artists in the industry. Obi joined a chorus of well-wishers, including friends, family, and fellow Nigerians, in expressing heartfelt wishes for Davido's well-being. He offered prayers for continued health, fruitful years, and a positive impact on the nation's development. And in sports, Argentina have defeated Brazil 1-0 in an ill-tempered 2026 World Cup qualifying clash marred by pre-match crowd trouble that forced kickoff to be delayed. A 63rd-minute header from veteran defender Nicolas Otamendi secured victory for Argentina as the world champions bounced back from last week's defeat to Uruguay to beat their bitter South American rivals. The win at Rio's iconic Maracana Stadium leaves Argentina on top of the South American qualifying standings with 15 points from 6 games. Brazil's third defeat of qualifying, meanwhile, leaves the 5-time world champion in 6th place with 7 points from 6 games. And that's the news brief. For more stories, please follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel at PlusTvAfrica and PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. You can also view us from Limex on limex.tv and Glow TV apps anywhere in the world. I am Shade Uwe. Many thanks for watching.
Increase the reach of your events or business services. To advertise on Plus TV Africa, please call 0906 000 5719 or 0909 040 8408, or send an email to marketing@plustvafrica.com. Plus TV Africa. Big stories,